Hey guys, and welcome back to another budgeting video. It's a new month, new beginning, new financial goals. I'll be taking you through my June 2020 budget in this video, talking you through all my spending plans for the month, telling you how I plan to spend each budgeting category. If you're new to the zero-based budgeting method, it's a method whereby every single penny and pound of your salary is given a job to do before the month begins. So before you spend the money, you've already allocated it and made plans for it. So that's the budgeting method in which we use, and it's been really effective way of us managing our finances and really tracking and staying on top of our spend. So if that's of interest to you, please do stay tuned for this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and leave a comment in the comment section below. And without further ado, I'm going to get into this video for you right now. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tolu Frimpong, and on this channel I share content all around personal finance, budgeting, frugal DIY projects, and I show you how to live your best life on a budget. In today's video, I'll be talking through my June 2020 budget, walking you through our expenses for the month of June, how much we plan and estimate to spend against the various spending categories, and I'll be talking you through my goals for the month. Okay, so the first row of the spreadsheet is our opening balance. Now you'll see that our opening balance is red, and that's because it's a negative. We started off the month on minus £150, and that was from the May 2020 overspend. So we overspent by £150 last month, which is why our opening balance isn't zero, it is a minus number. So if you've watched any of our budgeting videos before, you would have heard me say about the fact that we don't like to disclose how much income we earn just yet on the internet, but our income column on the spreadsheet is actual numbers. So what we do is our actual income from the month of May is what we then use to spend and budget for in the month of June, which is why you'll see that we only have an actual column and we don't have an actual and estimated column like we do when it comes to the spending categories, which you'll see further along in the spreadsheet. So moving on to the expenses categories, and the first up we have is food. So I've set the food budget at £200 again, as I did last month. In the month of May we overspent by £60, so I'm really going to try to make sure that in the month of June that I stick to my £200 food budget, but we'll see how I get on this month. We didn't allocate any budget to takeaways this month. I don't know if that was such a good idea now that lockdown is starting to ease and a lot of the restaurants are now starting to open up. I think we may actually end up getting a takeaway this month. We'll see how things go. But at the moment, I haven't made allocations for this in the budget, so we'll see. So what I've really tried to do in the budget this time around is in the estimated column, I've made sure I've used actual figures instead of rounding them up, which is what I was doing in previous spreadsheets, which is why each category was always out by a few pounds, whereas now I've used the exact numbers that I know will be coming out of our accounts this month. We haven't allocated any money to mortgage overpayment this month because, as I've mentioned in previous videos, we've put a pause on making mortgage overpayments until we build up our £12,000 emergency fund. So no mortgage overpayments for the month of June. There's no change in the cost of the council tax, so it's £132 as it was last month, and that's the total for our home category. Moving on to utilities. Water is the same as it was last month, so that will be £32.85. And then electricity and gas, it's the same total actually for the two of them. We've just changed the split. So last month we put more on the gas than the electricity, whereas this month we're putting more on the electricity than gas, and that's because it's a lot hotter at the moment, so we're not using the heating, so the gas isn't running low as quickly. Whereas because we're at home during lockdown, we've been using quite a lot more electricity, which is why we decided to put more money towards electricity this month. The next category that we have on our expenses tracker is our giving category. This is the category which includes all our charitable giving that we like to do, whether it is in terms of church giving, our tithes and offering, or giving charitable donations to people or causes. This all falls under our giving category. this is something that we don't really want to disclose, which is why it's blacked out. The next category we have is subscriptions. Now, under subscriptions, we have a variety of things. So everything from TV license and Google Drive to our mobile phone contracts and our internet service provider. It all comes under our subscriptions. What I've done this month is made sure I put the exact amounts, whereas in previous videos you would have seen, if you've watched any of them, that I used to round up the estimated number, whereas now that we've been doing it for quite a few months, we know exactly how much is going to come out every month for these subscriptions. So I've put the actual numbers in the estimated column. So in theory, by the end of June, when I do the reconciliation video, the estimated will be the same as the actual, so then the difference will be 0. The next category that we have is our transport category. Now, looking at transport, nothing has actually changed here. I haven't allocated any money to transport since March. So the car's been sitting on the drive. I've probably driven less than a handful of times over the last couple of months. So that's why we haven't bothered allocating any money to this category, because there's no point. We're not going to need to use it. I know they say all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, but in our case, we have such a big goal and vision that we're working towards that we've decided this month not to allocate ourselves any fun and entertainment money, because it's just not necessary right now. And because we allocated ourselves money last month, I don't know if I can't speak for my husband, but for myself, I know that I've still got quite a lot of my money still left over anyway, so there was no need to allocate any money to fun for this month. So the only insurance that we have to pay this month is our life insurance. I've mentioned in previous videos, but for the benefit of anyone who's watching this video as the first from any of my budgeting videos, my car insurance and my home insurance are paid on an annual basis, which is why there's no money or budget allocated to them for the month of June. Next up, we have childcare, and I don't have any childcare costs at the moment because of this whole lockdown situation. The schools are closed. Well, actually, the schools are actually started to reopen, but my child hasn't gone back to school yet. I've decided to keep him home, but because we don't have any childcare costs, or because the children are not going to school at the moment, I don't have any childcare costs, so no money has been allocated to childcare for the month of June. So the next category we have is miscellaneous. So miscellaneous are all costs that don't fall into any of the other categories on my budget spreadsheet. So the only miscellaneous cost that I've budgeted for this month is £7.32, and that was for a really big cowboy thing that I did. So basically I signed up to Scribed for the trial membership just so that I can read All Your Worth, which was our book club read for the month of May. So I downloaded the app so that I can read the book for free, and I forgot to cancel my membership, so I ended up getting charged. So annoyed, but yeah, that's what that additional miscellaneous expense was. So annoying, but I guess it serves me right for trying to cheat the system. Next on the list, we have investment and savings. For the month of June, we haven't allocated any money to our investments and savings. As I've mentioned in previous videos, we're currently focused on building our emergency fund. So at the moment, investing and saving has been put on pause until we've got our 6-month emergency fund saved up. So moving on to the next category, we have our sinking funds, and ordinarily we wouldn't allocate any money to sinking funds at the moment because, like I mentioned a minute ago, we are putting money towards our emergency fund. That's the priority, that is the focus for us right now. However, there were a few things that we do need to pay for now, and they can't unfortunately wait until after we've saved up the emergency fund. Owing to May being a 5-week month, we were able to send quite a large amount to our emergency fund. So for the month of June, we were able to add £1,400 to our emergency fund. So basically, if you add up all the expenses for the month, deduct that from the income, the balance will be 0. And that's basically how the zero-based budget works. And that's how we do our zero-based budget. We literally allocate the money to all our different spending categories, making sure we've given every penny and every pound an assignment, and then the account balance is 0. So then that's why, like this month, for example, I started off the month with £150 minus, because that's because we went over the budget by £150 last month. So rather than finishing on 0, we finished on minus 150. But the more I do it, the better we get at it, and the closer we get to actually finishing the month on the zero balance. And that's literally it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do hit the subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so that you know every single time I upload a new video. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know if you use the zero-based budgeting method or what method you actually do use for your budgeting. And then also finally, give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with everybody. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.